Welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Rin Drummond.
And I'm Riley Bagshaw, but this week we are Velma and Floating Head, if you can't tell already. Quite a big weekend this weekend. We had a lot of Halloween and football action. Did you do anything fun for the Halloween weekend?
I was actually Velma, so we switched.
Okay,
so
nice.
I was Velma. I was also Medusa, so it was a fun weekend.
Okay,
yeah.
that's fun. Did you just go bar hopping or go to any parties?
No parties for me. Just out to the bars. It was super fun. Yeah.
It kind of seems like that's what everyone was doing. Lots of different creatures walking around the streets.
What were you up to?
I was Velma one night, and then I went as Barbie another, but I kind of did the same thing. I worked all Saturday through the football game, so I was a little bit tired to go out, but I did get my Halloween in Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
So.
I was working during the football game too, so no fun there.
No, I mean, it was definitely fun to watch, but did you have the game on where you were working? Or?
I didn't, unfortunately. Did you?
I did. I was bartending at a restaurant, so I got the full entire town came in during the rain delay. So it was kind of like being there in a way. You just get to watch.
You got all the people that were there.
Exactly,
so,
exactly.
Yep.
Well, that's a big win that we got over OU. First one since I think 1997.
Wow.
So that's it was impressive. I was excited. I was excited to finally have something over OU that they couldn't.
Well, I'm from Oklahoma, so it was definitely interesting. I'm not an OU fan, so it was good to see OU get beat. I think they needed to be humbled. So.
And the weather definitely made the game a little bit tough. I feel like for a lot of people to know if they were going to stay or go do something.
Definitely,
but the cold weather lately has gotten.
It's crazy. We went from summer to winter.
I know,
right
in
away.
A day. It was
true Midwest fashion.
What was it, 75, 80 degrees, and then it was 40, and now we're just hasn't gone back up in any middle ground.
Exactly. Had to pull out my coats, get ready for that. So.
Yeah, I feel like everybody. When I see people on campus, some people wearing shorts and some people wearing a winter coat. That's how you know the weather is just.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what's gonna happen. Well, I also realized today that daylight savings is coming up.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe next weekend.
I don't think I'm prepared for that.
I know.
No,
I don't. Well, I guess it's an extra hour of sleep, right?
Is it?
Isn't it in the fall where you get
all
to sleep
I know
in
is it's going to get darker sooner.
Yeah,
that's
and
all
it's already dark at 6:30.
Exactly. So the seasonal depression is coming for everyone. So.
The dark, getting out of class, those late classes, and you have to walk home in the dark. That's always so fun.
That'll be us. That'll be us soon.
That will be us.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and keep things light this week in the spirit of Halloween. So we're gonna go ahead and give the news a little bit of a breather here, but
we'll see you after break.
Yeah.
Welcome back. The JMC class just finished their Man on the Street assignments. One group went out to the bars over the Halloween weekend to find some musical hot takes from KU students. Let's take a look.
What's up? Who are we here with?
Evan Berkowitz.
What is a musical hot take that you have?
Ooh, country music is better than a lot of other genres. I'm not a big hip hop guy, so country music all the way.
That's on you.
All right.
Okay, who am I here with right now?
Shay Brody.
And RJ Vopat.
And what is your music hot take?
Taylor Swift is not that good, I'm sorry.
Okay, my thing is her new music is not as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
That's true, that's true.
That's good.
Okay, who am I here with?
Baj, Blake.
And what are your guys' musical hot takes?
I think that Sexy Red is the hottest musical artist out right now.
I can agree to that one.
Okay, thanks.
Noah. Carter.
And what is your musical hot take?
Don't request Taylor Swift at the Hawk. I will not play it.
Really?
John Mayer makes good music despite Taylor Swift.
I'm here with Zach.
Perfect. We're here with Zach. What's your musical hot take?
Okay, I actually have two. So the first one is that even though Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin isn't my favorite song ever, it's the best song ever written. And two, Steely Dan is criminally underrated. They didn't like performing very much, but their songs are very well written, and they're great even to today, which can't be said a lot about a lot of other classic rock and yacht rock songs. So those are my two hot takes.
Taylor Swift and Harry Styles are not that good. It's just overhyped. Okay, I'm gonna beg to differ. Harry Styles is the next Freddie Mercury. Watch any of his tour videos and you will disagree with that. So, yeah.
Country music is my favorite kind of music.
Harry Styles is 1,000% overrated.
I think Annalie Choppa is a top 10 rapper.
Okay. My musical hot take is that EDM is actually insanely lit, and more people should listen to that shit.
Yeah, honestly, I agree with that. TBH.
Shawn Mendes is good. He just has some issues, okay?
I don't like Drake's new album.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift fan, but she has good music. And I'd probably say, hot take, Rod Wave.
Hot take.
Listen.
I think Cigarettes After Sex is the best band.
Ever. Great.
My musical hot take is that 80s rap or 80s rock is my favorite.
I feel like Taylor Swift fans are kind of extra.
I hate Zach Bryan.
Okay, who am I here with?
Nat or Daphne?
Chris Chi.
Courtney Frazier?
Ridge.
Reed.
Kelsey Schneckookie?
Terry Lacey.
And what are your guys' musical hot takes?
I have two. Country music is horrible and Taylor Swift is overrated.
I also hate country, and I think Taylor Swift sucks, in my opinion. Except for Love Story, though. Love Story is a good-ass song.
I think Taylor Swift's overrated.
I'm gonna be honest, the Taylor Swift hype is not it.
The Taylor Swift hype lately is kind of mid. I think it's overrated.
Taylor Swift is seriously overrated.
Taylor Swift is the worst artist I have ever heard of. She is terrible. And all of these girls, oh, I'm a Swiftie.
Well, that was a lot of fun. I guess Taylor Swift isn't as popular as we thought. Next up is the news, but since today's news is scary every day, we'll just go ahead and skip straight to sports. Here's Coco and Ella.
Welcome back. I'm Coco.
And I'm Ella. This is your Halloween Good Evening KU News Sports Update. With Saturday's victory over Oklahoma, the KU football team is back in the rankings. The Jayhawks are number 22 in the Associated Press poll and number 23 in the USA Today coaches poll.
Yes, the football team pulled off one of the biggest victories in school history on Saturday, as the Jayhawks upset previously undefeated Oklahoma 38-33 at the booth. Devin Neal scored on a 9-yard run with just over 1 minute left, and then the defense held on for the win by forcing an incomplete pass in the end zone on the final play of the game.
After the game, students stormed the field and tore down the south goalpost, which eventually ended up in Potter Lake. In the post-game press conference, Coach Leopold said that he was especially happy for quarterback Jason Bean, who has overcome a lot of adversity.
I'm happy and probably pulling for Jason in ways that I don't always, because he's been unselfish. He could have left like a lot of guys do today in college football. A lot of things. He's been through a lot of ups and downs, and he just keeps coming back. And even in the fourth quarter, he throws the interception. And there's some things there, but he just kept fighting, and that's all we can ask for him. And to see him make some plays like he did today, I thought was really special.
Jason Bean, who rushed for a 38-yard touchdown, said it was a team effort.
Like I said, like I just told y'all, I've been through so much, and for this team to have my back like they do, and for them to allow me to come back and be a part of this team this year is, that's just kind of what I said to them. And first of all, I wanted to thank them, because without them, I wouldn't be here. And I think that's the main thing, is that I'm just proud to be in this situation.
With the win, KU is now bowl eligible for the second year in a row. The Jayhawks are 6-2 overall and 3-2 in the Big 12 Conference. They'll travel to Iowa State for this week for a 6 p.m. kickoff against the Cyclones. That game will be televised on ESPN.
For more KU sports, here are Elena and Grace.
Thanks, Ella. The volleyball team swept West Virginia last weekend to raise its record to 16-4 overall and 7-3 in the Big 12. The Jayhawks are now in third place in the conference and also moved up to the number 14 in the polls. Next up is the Dillon Sunflower Showdown against K-State on Friday and Saturday. Kansas State is on a roll, sweeping number 8 BYU this weekend. First serve on Friday is at 6:30 p.m. in Porsche Family Volleyball Arena.
The cross-country teams both finished in 6th place at the Big 12 Conference Championships this weekend in Ames, Iowa. Senior Chandler Gibbons placed 11th overall, which earned him an all-Big 12 selection. On the women's side, senior Lona Latima and junior Kennedy Kruger finished 35th and 36th overall as KU's top placers. The NCAA Midwest Regional is next up for the Jayhawks on November 10th.
Finally, the men's and women's basketball seasons are underway. The men lost an exhibition game against Illinois yesterday in Champaign. The game was a fundraiser for the victims of the deadly fires in Hawaii earlier this year and raised over $1 million. Next up will be another exhibition game against Fort Hays State on Wednesday. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. in Allen Fieldhouse.
The women's regular season begins the following Wednesday, November 8th in Allen Fieldhouse against Northwestern State.
For professional sports, here are Milena and Denelyn.
Turning to the pros, yesterday was the 30th sports equinox in history. This means that there were games from baseball, football, basketball, and hockey on the same day. The MLB had Game 3 of World Series, and the NFL had Monday Night Football, and the NHL and NBA had over 10 games on the schedule. It was a great day for sports fans.
Speaking of the World Series, after the Texas Rangers emerged victorious in Game 3 with a 3-1 victory over the Diamondbacks, shortstop Corey Seager hit 2 home runs in the 3rd inning and 5 Ranger pitchers held off at Arizona. Game 4 is tonight on Fox.
The Kansas City Chiefs were stunned by the Broncos in Denver in a 24-9 ball game. Patrick Mahomes had his worst game of the season, throwing 2 picks and just 241 yards. For the first time this season, the Chiefs did not score a touchdown.
That's all for sports. After the break, Sam will be back with the weather.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome back. My name is Sam, and I'll be filling in for Brooke today to bring you the weather. Now, starting off, I want to talk about the rainy week that we just wrapped up. So this is a chart showing precipitation for the month of October here in Lawrence, and the brown line represents the monthly average rainfall. Green line represents what we saw this month, and as you can see, through the first 3+ weeks, we were very dry, getting maybe only a 1/4 inch of rainfall. But in the last week, since we had our show last Tuesday, we've gotten about 3.5 inches of rainfall, which has brought us to about an inch above average. And looking at satellite imagery right now, we have a low pressure system over Chicago that's bringing some light rain to that area, as well as a band of rain and some thunderstorms along the Atlantic coast. But here in Lawrence, we have the exact opposite. Clear, sunny skies with a beautiful sunset right now, looking to the west from the Oriad Hotel. But don't let that fool you, it is chilly outside. 39 degrees currently, wind chill temperatures down in the low 30s right now. And this will make it a very cold evening for Halloween. Let's get a bit deeper into that. For the kids trick-or-treating around 7 p.m., it'll be 33 degrees. Sorry kids, but you'll thank your parents later when they made you wear a coat tonight. And for those college students that are going to be up to possibly mischievous things later tonight, the weather is going to be with temperatures in the mid-20s, and I expect there to be a low around 19 degrees early tomorrow morning. But warm air is going to start moving into the region starting tomorrow. Temperature is going to be around 49 degrees for a high tomorrow, and it'll keep on warming throughout this rest of the school week, as Friday will end up around 66 degrees. And for the basketball game tomorrow, exhibition game against Fort Hays State, before the game at around 5 o'clock, if you're waiting in line to get in, it'll be in the upper 40s. Around tip-off, it'll drop down to 41. Then after the final buzzer, you're definitely going to want that coat as you leave the temperatures back in the 30s. Now, wrapping up with the 7-day forecast, again, temperatures are going to be warming for the next 3 days, really through this weekend actually. As Sunday we're going to see temperatures around 71. However, our next chance of rain returns Sunday evening into Monday, and that will drop temperatures back down into the 60s for Monday, and then Tuesday, for the middle of next week, we should be back into the 50s. Remember to turn your clocks back an hour Saturday night before you go to bed. And from all of us at Good Evening KU, have a happy Halloween, and we'll see you next week.